All right, well, hello there. I don't know. I haven't figured out my intros yet, so today we're going with hello. How's that? So today I just wanted to sit down with the Bestech slasher, do a full review of this guy. I'm trying to decide how we're going to do these reviews. You know, I've got the 1-minute reviews that I for sure will be putting out, and I'll continue to do those. Those are something that I kind of wanted to define the channel. I don't see a lot of quick reviews on knives. They're usually pretty extended, like 20-minute videos, you know, are pretty common. And I wanted to see if I could do it in a YouTube short. And so that's kind of what I've tried to do, is make really simple, quick reviews, just hit the bullet points. Hopefully I can give you an impression of a knife that quickly. I think I'm able to, for the most part. And if not, then it'll get you at least interested enough to decide, hey, this is worth looking into. Maybe it's not. But I thought it might be good to post some more reviews on here as well. I'm still trying to decide how exactly I want to do that. Like I said, the 1 minutes were kind of awaited. I kind of wanted to make that unique to the channel, kind of be our thing. I've considered also doing like a 6-minute review because once again, it'll still be short. It's shorter than most reviews and to the point, but I can go more in depth about what I think about the knives we're reviewing. So that's possibly on the way, and then trying to decide whether or not I want to do an extended full review on every knife or not. This one's just gonna be really no outline here, just gonna go over this knife, and this video will be as long as it needs to be. I'm not gonna edit it down and reshoot a million times like I do. Obviously I have to shoot multiple times for the 1-minute reviews just to get them just right, because they have to fit perfectly. Not gonna be the case here. We're just gonna take as long as we need to, so it's gonna take our sweet time. So the reason I'm doing the backlash here, in all honesty, is this knife is kind of on the chopping block. I'm not a huge fan of it. I talk about it in the 1 minute. Well, obviously we'll get into it. But I wanted to post a full review just in case I wanted to do it, wanted to have it done so that I can get rid of this knife. So this is going to be the first one. This is the first full review, extended, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do the Bestech slasher. So like I said, it's the first one. I apologize for the scuffed, janky kind of setup. Trying to get the lighting to work out here. You can see, like, I've got some over here. Whatever. It'll work. It'll do. So yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into the review of the Bestech slasher. So here it is. You can see it on the ruler. It's not quite 7.5 inches. I don't know the exact specs on it. Maybe I'll post them. Haven't decided that either. Maybe I'll post the specs in the comments. That's it next to a quarter. This is what I've been doing for the short reviews. Obviously, just ruler, quarter. I feel like that's all you need, because like the ruler is going to show you exactly how long it is. All of us know how big a quarter is, so it's an easy size comparison. So that's that. But because we're doing a longer one, let's do some size comparison knives, right? Like, you got to. Are you even doing a knife review if you don't compare it with your knives? You guys, I don't have a Delica, so is it even a review if I'm not comparing it to a Delica? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't have one, so can't do it right now. Sorry. I'll try to put it next to some that we're probably familiar with. There's the Civivi Elementum. This one's actually Elementum 2 with the button lock and the quarter. So it's got the button lock and the flipper on it. Kind of cool. I think a good comparison here, it's kind of a comparison I was making in my head. Maybe not a fair comparison, but there's the Drop Bear from Kaiser. Very similar size knives. It's like, these knives feel like they want to be compared with the bar lock and all of that. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later in the video, but that's, I think, part of why this knife is disappointing me so much, is it's not the Drop Bear. There's the PM2. Y'all know how big a PM2 is, right? So obviously it's not that big, but Benchmade bug out. maybe a tiny bit smaller than the bug eye. That's pretty close. Pretty close to the same size. And then finally we've got the baby banter here. So, oh, why not? You've got the CJRB feldspar. Here's what it looks like next to that guy. Not as big as the feldspar. Okay. So it's a pretty good size, honestly, for EDC. I really tend to like that size. I think it's about a 3-inch blade. And that makes for a good size of a knife. Like, you can get on there. It's not huge though. So, I guess we'll get these out of the shop. Okay. All right. Back to the main event here. So looking at the slasher, we looked at the size a little bit. Let's dive into the review. Oh, price on these guys, right now it's June 2023. This thing costs $63, I believe. Do I think that's a fair price? I don't think it's bad. Bestech is usually priced pretty fairly. And yeah, I think this one is. I mean, it's got a bar lock, it's D2. Maybe that's a little bit overpriced. We're seeing things in D2 for going dirt cheap now. And you know, you've got Kershaw's, for example. They got the Heist and their Duralock, which is their form of the bar lock. Haven't tried that out yet. I'm looking forward to doing that soon, hopefully. That knife's like $55, so this is a little priced above that. Yeah, I don't know. It's got micarta, it's got D2, it's got a bar lock. So those are things I guess might, I don't know. It's still in that budget range, right? Maybe the upper end of it, but. So maybe a tiny bit overpriced, not a big deal. It's okay. So let's just go one by one like I normally do in the 1-minute reviews. We'll talk about the blade. And I mentioned it, I like this blade shape, it's really cool. It's like I guess it's a sheep's foot probably is what you call that. It's got I like the swedge. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a sucker for swedges. Like, basically, if a blade has a swedge on it, I'm gonna like it. Seems to be the overarching theme when it comes to blades for me. Jimping, I'm also a huge fan of jimping. I love jimping. Anytime there's jimping, it's a good thing for me. And this is fine. Maybe could have it go a little bit farther up the spine of the blade. I'd be okay with that. But it's a good looking blade, and it's in D2. I like D2. I got no problem with it. Now, if you want, if you are looking for stainless, right? If you're looking for that corrosion resistance, D2 is probably like not the steel you want to be looking at. But for a guy like me who lives out in the desert, it's perfectly fine. Like, you're not going to get better edge retention on a budget knife, basically. I think it's about as good as it gets. So yeah, it's cool. It's pretty sharp. No problem here. I think I can trim some hairs with that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty sharp. So yeah, that's our blade. We don't really have problems with the blade. Opening. So I debated on how to call this the opening. Like, I'm talking about thumb stud and the action, I guess, when I'm talking about opening mechanisms on this knife. I always debate whether or not to address the bar lock in opening mechanism as well. In the 1-minute reviews, I don't, just because I got to break it up somehow, and so I just put it in with the lock because it's a bar lock, right? Not a bar opening. I don't know. But yeah, thumb stud's fine, I guess. No real problems there. There's nicer thumb studs out there. I like softer on your precious little fingers, you know. But it's fine. It works. The action's okay. There's better actions. There's worse actions. It's good enough. The issue that I had with this knife, talk about it. It's this bar lock. I can't get behind it. I'm sorry. It pokes, look how much it pokes out, which is fine. Like, I guess if you want to get a good grip on there, you need something to grab onto. But if you look at something like the drop bear, it's not a problem. It's not quite as bulky, okay? So you don't have to have that. And this one feels just a lot better. Bug out, obviously we got the OG here, the Axis lock from Benchmade. So much smoother. This one is a great example of how you really don't have to have it. Look how big it is. It really doesn't need to protrude that far. Like, the Axis lock hides itself really well. And I think I like that. So that just feels unnecessary, okay? It's just not a good example for me of a bar lock, okay? So if the Slasher is the first bar lock you've ever had, you've ever tried, you need to go handle some other knives. I like Bestech, okay? I have the Texel. So far, from what I've seen, I like Bestech. The Texel I felt is really well done, and I said, hey, I want to try some more Bestech. I've seen some other stuff they're putting out. They have put out some more premium knives that I thought looked kind of exciting, thought about trying at one point. I wanted to see what else they had to offer, and that's what brought me here, right? And I said, hey, they did a bar lock, and I love bar locks. I love the Axis lock. I love the idea of a bar lock. It's cool. It's finger safe. For me, obviously, fidget factor is a big thing, okay, for me. Like, I know a lot of you that are watching knife reviews on YouTube, fidget factor is probably a thing for you too, right? Come on, admit it. So yeah, it's cool. But I gotta say, it's not working for me. I don't like it. If this is Bestech's bar lock, assuming that I got one that's just like all the others, it's not good. They need to adjust it, okay? Look at how chunky it is in there. Very chunky, sticking out too much. It's not, and it's just like way too much of an effort to pull back for me. These guys actuate very smoothly. It's just, you want to use that thing all day. This, however, I do not. I do not want to use it all day. Okay. Not quite as nice. Okay. Am I done? Am I done tearing apart this bar lock yet? I think so. I think I'm done. I think I'm over it. I'm not over it because I'm getting rid of the knife. I don't like it. I told you. But I'll stop talking about it. How about that? That's it. That's the bar lock. Kind of a deal breaker. Handle. It's fine. Right? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't like it, and I don't really know why. Okay, I thought it was too chunky. But if you compare it to a knife that I love, the drop bear, these guys are kind of the same size. So, I don't know. This scale is flat, and this guy's rounded, or whatever you call that. So that might be it. It's just like, maybe I don't have a lot of knives like that, you know. I have a lot of flat scales, I guess. And so maybe it just felt big to me because of that. Maybe it's not that big a deal. when I pulled it out of the box, I was like, this thing is freaking chunky and like unnecessarily so. It's like, it's a freaking chonker, dude. And then it may be the angles that's going on here. These are not super smooth rounded angles. It's kind of a little bit of a, it's hard to see, but it's kind of a pretty sharp angle going up there. And maybe that's what I'm feeling. It's just like, don't love the feel of that. I don't know. But I don't love the handle because of that. The micarta is fine. I think it's okay. I like micarta. Micarta, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. I like it. And I think it's okay on this knife too. Handle. Grip-wise, yeah, it's okay. Like, you can get 4 fingers on there. It's really, it's the right size, in my opinion, for an EDC handle. That's the kind of size that I like, you know. Drop bear is a similar size. Your Elementum is pretty similar size as well. It's a good handle size, I think, okay? Small enough that it's not big, and big enough that it's not small, because you can get your whole hand on there, right? You can just barely get your whole hand on there. At least I can. My hands are kind of small. They're small and chunky, okay? Like, got fat little fingers, okay? So I don't know, maybe if you got bigger hands, you don't fit as well, but there's that. So that's it. That's it for the handle, okay? It's good enough, I guess. For some reason, I hate it. Handle, moving on. Clip. I hate it. I talked about this in the 1-minute review. I just do not like the placement on this thing. First impression of this knife, when I pulled it out of the box, gripped it in my hand, those were the first two things. This thing is way chunky. Like, why is it so freaking chunky? 1. And 2, why is this clip just biting into me? I don't love the placement. It just does not. And I don't know if maybe somebody else grips it differently. Like, maybe it'll be fine for you. But I just can't find a way to grip that thing that feels very comfortable in the hand, okay? This thing gets out of my way. I hardly even notice that clip is there. This guy is just, it's always there. There's no escaping this clip, okay? You can't grip this knife in a way where you don't notice it. Otherwise, it's fine. Deep carry, I like me a deep carry clip. And, I mean, it works as a clip, okay? It's functional. But that placement is just killing me. I don't like it. Design. Yeah, it looks cool. I think it's a good looking knife. And I was excited about it. That's why I got it, right? I'm like, want to try Bestech? Hey, this slasher looks cool. It's got a bar lock. Let's check it out. And I love the look of that. The blade looks sweet. Handle looks pretty good. The natural micarta, I think, looks nice. Right? It's a good looking knife. But unfortunately, that doesn't translate to how it feels. Okay, and how it works. So that's the thing for me with the design. Looks good, doesn't feel good. Fit and finish. I think it's pretty good. I mean, I said I do like Bestech for budget knives. I think they do a good job on fit and finish. I almost feel like they're gunning for Civivi in some ways. Like, they're done pretty well. I don't have any major complaints. The centering, which I know is not the end-all be-all when it comes to fit and finish, but it's the first thing that I look at, and I know that a lot of you share the same sentiment. It's like, you want that thing to be centered, right? And it's not necessarily a hard fix either, if it's not, but out of the box, it's just nice to have a knife that's dead centered. And there are budget knife companies that'll do that, you know? Civivi's one of them, and Sencut. Bestech seems to be as well. Their knives come out of the box nice and centered. And the overall fit and finish is not too bad. If I had a complaint on this guy, I mean, you look at where the screws go in. The micarta is like, you can tell is kind of pushing over the edge there. It doesn't look, I mean, yeah. It's not perfect, I guess, right? So, yeah, fit and finish. It's not perfect. It's pretty good for the knife. It's a $60 knife, right? So, yeah, overall, like I say, it's got some good things about it. It looks nice. But for me, it's just not working. I gotta get rid of it. It doesn't get pocket time just because I don't like it enough. The bar lock, not working for me. That clip is just the freaking worst. For me, at least. I don't know, it doesn't feel great in hand. Pretty much everything else about it is fine and even good, you know. Blade's good. Handle's fine. So, those two things for me, just kind of, they do it. And look, my lighting is changing as I go throughout this. I'll find out a way to make this better. The reason this isn't working is my setup just doesn't work for this view for the landscape view. I had to rearrange my room basically. I had to move my desk to make this work. Okay, so we'll fix that eventually. But thank you guys for tuning in. Rocky Mountain Carry, it's been an Instagram page for a long time now. Decided it'd be fun to do some YouTube videos. You know, I need, just like a lot of you, I need a reason, need an excuse, right? Something to justify why I have so many knives. It's a fun hobby. And, you know, I'm obsessed about it. So I might as well share my opinions here, I guess. So I'll be doing some videos. I got a buddy that'll probably be doing some videos as well, adding them. Really thank you guys for tuning in, checking out my crap, and I hope you stick around. Yeah, like, we'll make more videos. Like I said, I think the shorts will just keep coming. Maybe we'll do some more of these longer videos. Like I said, maybe 6 minutes. Hey, if you watched this far, then I consider you a diehard at this point. This is 21 minutes of listening to me rant about this little knife. So yeah, put in the comments, I guess. If you made it this far, tell me if you like this. Should I just keep doing full-length reviews? Should I still ramble for 20 minutes on all these other knives? Maybe I'll just do it on a per-knife basis. You gotta request it, okay? What do you think about 6-minute reviews? I think it'd be cool. I'm not sure if I want to dedicate the time or not, but if everybody wants to see it, then I think I'll try to do it. The idea with the 6 minutes is they'll still be quick and to the point, but I think I'll be able to tell you all of the points. All the points I went over here in detail with no script, just like blabbering in my mouth. Like, this is why it took me so long, right? I'm just talking about it. 6-minute videos, I would take a little bit more time to make sure I was going to say things right to the point, right? Make it quick and breezy. That's the only thing, is I feel like it might be more of a time commitment. You know, the 1 minutes they take multiple shots, but it's only 1 minute long, so it's fine. The problem, if I do 6 and I have to do multiple shots of a 6-minute video, that could get tough. Maybe I can do it with editing, I don't know. Anyway, I think it'd be cool. Let me know. Let me know what you think about 6-minute reviews. Maybe I'll make it a thing. But I think that's it, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. That'll be it for the Bestech Slasher. I think now I've thrown up this this long review. It's just me berating and complaining about this knife for 20 minutes. I can officially get rid of it, maybe. So yeah, I'll just be up for sale. So yeah, hey, if you want to buy my slasher, Bestech Slasher, you guys, I'm probably getting rid of it. So, you know, I give it a raving review. You can tell by the review how much I love it. Okay. All right. It's only gonna be $75. Screaming deal. Okay. Come buy my slasher. Yeah, I really screwed up that review. That was not much of a sales pitch. I gotta think about that next time before I sell a knife, okay? Just kidding. No, I'm gonna try to give you guys my honest reviews as much as possible, right? And who knows, maybe my opinion means something to you. Whatever. I guess don't take, whatever I say is not necessarily truth, right? It's my truth. It's what I feel about the knife. I'm gonna be honest with you. Gotta tell you what I like, what I don't like. Your preferences might be different than mine, so keep that in mind if you continue to watch these. Okay, I gotta shut up. 25 minutes, we're done. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you stick around, subscribe maybe, watch some other stuff. That's it, it's the Bestech Slasher, and I just talked about it for 25 minutes. Bestech Slasher, full review, D2, natural micarta. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a great day, would you?